You legacy. Something more than a subwoofer and a weight bench. And if you hadn't let yourself get played by that trick you married... You know, I guess another way of seeing it is everything you have is because of me, right?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl EJ and welcome back to my channel. Now, y'all, we're going to be talking about SnowFall today. Now, I do just want to let you know I won't be recapping this show from scene to scene, episode to episode, but I will be popping in and doing quick chats about SnowFall, things I like, things I didn't like, things about specific characters, stuff like that. So on this particular video, we're going to be talking about Jerome and Louie because right now they are such a hot topic and they are so complex that, hey, it just deserves a conversation. Now, if you rock with SnowFall, if SnowFall is your jam, then make sure that you go ahead and turn on your notifications. Make sure you're subscribed to your girl channel. Make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button because we're going to be talking about SnowFall all season long, y'all. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you've been following the show SnowFall since it came out, then you know that Louie has definitely made a transformation over time. She has turned into a boss, I guess you could say. Now, I personally am not a fan of Louie. Let me just put that out there right now. But I do have to respect how she has transitioned and how she has changed. I don't have to respect any of the decisions that she has made because that's where me and her part ways. Okay, y'all, so I feel like in these last few episodes that we really saw Louie step into this whole manipulation of Jerome thing even more. I feel like she's using her relationship with him to control him a bit, and she's getting him to do the dirty work that she isn't necessarily equipped to do or doesn't want to do. And I just don't respect it at all because at the end of the day, this is family. And once again, in my opinion, she caused all of this from the jump. Her greed is what has led to where they are. I'm not absolving Franklin of any part that he has had to play, but if you really think about everything that has went down, Louie has been the cause of the strife between her and Franklin. And then when she goes behind his back to take the connect, I mean, to me, that's like the last straw, and that's like the ultimate FU. Now, when Louie actually tells Jerome, like, look, you know, I need you to understand something, you know, she tells him how Franklin pulled a gun on her and that she believed he was going to kill her if Buckley hadn't have been there. And she says, I know that you didn't want to, you know, have a war with your family, but I think you need to know who you're dealing with. And in this moment, I feel like this is going to be the turning point for Jerome because now he is definitely pitted against his nephew in a major way. And we know how much Jerome loves his family, but for whatever reason, she knows that in order to get him fully on her side, she had to paint this picture. Now, it is what it is. At the end of the day, Franklin definitely pulled that gun on her. Whether or not he was going to shoot her or not, I absolutely don't think that he was going to in that particular moment. Do I think that Franklin would shoot her if it came down to him or her? Yes, absolutely. Even if it came down to her or Jerome, I'm pretty sure he would kill her. But at the end of the day, Jerome is a big boy and he can make his own decisions. And if he can't see through this manipulation, then it is what it is. Now, there is going to be a point when she is going to say to him, do you still want to go and see your sister or have dinner with your sister? And he lets her know that, hey, I'm still going to go have dinner with my sister regardless. Now, we are also going to see a scene where Franklin and Jerome are going to end up meeting up because this is what Sissy was trying to do, was get them to actually talk. Now, they are going to have a conversation with each other, and when Franklin says something that Jerome didn't like, he basically smacks the crap out of him, and then he backhands him again, and then Franklin pulls that gun on him. And I feel like in this moment right here, there's no going back from this. Like, I don't see these two coming back together. Do I think that Jerome would kill Franklin? Honestly, I don't know at this point. I really don't know if he would choose his wife over Franklin or vice versa, because at the end of the day, this is his wife now. And one could say that, you know, his wife is his ultimate obligation. Now, to further prove that Jerome is slowly devolving and that Louie has definitely got her claws all the way in him because this character is so different at this point, he is actually going to try to go back and get the money that Franklin has stolen from them. So he finds out about a meetup that Big D has set up, and the girls are supposed to drop the money off, and the girls are supposed to drop the drugs off and get the money. Now he is going to use his connection with Buckley, who has a connection with the cops, and they're going to pull them over, and then he's going to try to get information from them. Now what I find interesting is that Jerome starts to beat on Black Diamond. Now don't get me wrong, I understand that the game is the game and Black Diamond has bodies and that this is just all part of it. My problem is with Jerome because this is out of character for Jerome himself. If that had been anybody else that was doing this, I would have been like, okay, it is what it is. But this isn't what Jerome actually does. And when he does this, this is further pulling him into this rabbit hole. And Jerome is becoming darker and darker by each moment because he's having to do things that he typically would not be doing. And then the last thing I want to say about the Black Diamond situation is that Jerome wasn't thinking clearly. He was angry, and it was like he was taking his anger out on Black Diamond, because if you think about it, you could tell that they didn't know anything, and he should know his nephew enough to know that after what happened with Peaches, that nobody would know the location of that stash house, that he would be the only one that would know, and probably Veronique, but that would be it. He wouldn't trust anyone else. And you would think that after being around Franklin for so long, pretty much raising Franklin, that he would know and understand that. So to me, all I saw was him taking out all of this anger that he had built up inside of him on Black Diamond, just because, not because he really thought that she could give him information, because he knows that if they knew, they would have told him, which is the reason why Franklin didn't tell them where the location was, because they were vulnerable. They have children for one thing, and anytime someone has children, that is a vulnerability, and that is something that people can use. So in my opinion, I feel like Franklin is aware of this, and he's not going to let what happened with Peaches happen again. So he's not going to let them know where his stash house is. So anyway, y'all, last but certainly not least is my prediction for Jerome and Louie. I feel like Jerome is certainly going to die. I don't think it's going to be Louie at this point. Maybe eventually when it's all said and done, she'll either die or go to jail. But I don't think that that's where the next natural step is going to happen. I feel like it's going to be one of them. But because Jerome is slowly devolving the way that he is and he's not on his game, I think that he is going to be the one that dies. And I feel like he's going to either die trying to save Franklin or his sister, but I'm not really sure which one, just yet. So that's my initial thoughts on what's going to happen with this character Jerome. As far as Louie is concerned, I really wish she would be the one that would die rather than Jerome, but I don't think that that's what's going to happen. I think that his death is what's going to ignite and further, take this war with Franklin to the next level. And it's crazy because the people that they should be fighting is Teddy. And honestly, guys, this is what baffles me even more is, why does Aunt Louie think that she is safe from Teddy? Why does she think that he won't do the same thing that he did to Franklin to her? Why does she think that her money is safe? So anyway, y'all, that is my particular thoughts on Jerome and Louie as we're watching the first 2 episodes of this season. Really excited to see where they're about to go from here. Let me know what y'all think about Jerome and Louie. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Let me know if you're going to be team Louie and Jerome or if you're going to be team Franklin. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below, guys. Meanwhile, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel. Now, YouTube tells me that you just might like this video next, so go ahead and take a look. Until next time, guys. Peace.